Today I'm going to explain how to make chart in Vue.js using Chart.js. I'm using previously stored MySQL data to plot the graph. I'm not going to explain the configuration of MySQL here, so if you want to do from scratch, just go through my previous videos. So let's start. So I already created an app user list, so I'm going to open that in VS Code. Okay, first I'm going to create the required API. So first I'm going to create the data function here, fetching data from MySQL. Const get user data as equal to, then function here, just using promise also here, it will give the promise syntax here. Then I'm going to call MySQL schema, users dot I'm going to plot the gender graph here. How many females are in user list, how many males, those kind of things. So user dot count will give the results. So with I'm using where query where gender equal to male. Okay, it's already in database. So then data, okay, data first this will give the male data. Then same thing I want to do for female user count, female users count. So it's done, but in this we need to use async await, otherwise we will not get the result here, final result here. So resolve, we need to get final result. So I'm using variables here. Let males equal to 0 initial value, let females equal to 0 initial value. I'm going to call this here male, use it here, males equal to data. Okay, we'll get the count, male count here, and then female count, females equal to data. But the problem is you will not get the result when we call, because it's Node.js is asynchronous mode. So we can use async await here, async await here for the net result. Await. I'm also need to catch the error, otherwise it will give some function error syntax. This is the proper syntax, so I want to do it. So reject, if something happened we need to reject this in promise. So same thing we need to use it here also, catch error, something happened, we need to do that. You can also use one console statement here, then we'll get if something error happened, console dot log, okay, error, console dot log error. Okay, so that's ready. Then we need to export this function here. Okay, oh, I forgot to add here that females and males here, males comma females. Okay, Now the object is ready, so we need to add the function get users data. Okay, we can test this in node CLI. So we just type node here, then we can import the data handler function here. Data handler, I used it. Okay, so next thing, we need to call that function data dot get user details here, right? So dot then data. Okay, need to use console dot log data. Yeah, it's finished. You got this result here, males with 504 and female. So we created the function successfully. So next thing is we need to use it in control. We need to create the routes. So I'm going to create the routes here in controller under controller index.js. So controller const plot gender plot gender data. Okay, so I'm going to create the route here, request response. Okay, so I'm calling the data handler function here, data handler dot get user data. Get user data. Okay, get user data. And from user data we will get the required count of males and females. Okay, so data. Okay, data is here. Catch. Need to handle the error properly also, so I'm using this function here. Okay, so data we need to send into client side using response.json. So data just simply send that because it's a object. So in error case we need to send 0 males and females 0 males equal to 0, females equal to 0. Okay, so we created the required API also. So but we need to call here, we need to set it up here, route.get function. I'm using get method here. So slash plot gender graph. Okay, gender graph plot gender graph. Okay, so API is ready right now. So next thing is we need to use vue-chartjs. We need to create a component first. So we are going to create the component, required component. We need to install vue-chartjs, npm install chartjs, vue-chartjs and chartjs. That is required modules here. Okay, once it is successfully done, we can create the component. So we are going to create the graph component, chart gender chart dot vue. Okay, so next thing is we need to import the chart vue-chartjs functions. So I'm just copying from vue-chartjs. I'm using this vue-chartjs. So yeah, get start method is here. So we have some examples also here, so many things I will explain here. So I'm going to use symbol bar chart. Actually this is line chart, I'm going to make it bar chart. So I'm just copying here, import functions here properly. So I'm using bar chart, bar, extend the bar function here. Object default props we need to define chart data and options. It's default options and data field in Chart.js, so you can use it. And mount this render chart, this dot render chart, this Chart.js options. It will render the chart properly. Nothing to worry about. So once I can this very simple, import the bar chart from vue-chartjs and extend, we need to extend that using bar chart. We need to import that and properties, required properties, chart and options here. So next thing is we need to import this in our page. So I'm going to import here, import gender chart. Okay, gender chart from components, components, okay, components, gender chart dot vue. Okay, so imported. Next thing is I imported, but I need to use it in components. So add gender chart I added in here. Next we need to mount it properly. So I'm going to use mounted function here, mounted function here. So mounted function here. Okay, mounted function, we need to mount it properly. In mount we need to use Axios, getting the data from server side. So I am using import Axios from Axios. It's already installed. Okay, so that's ready. Then we need to call that function here, Axios dot get method. I'm using the get method here. Then dot catch, we need to handle that also properly. So I'm using that get slash. Previously I created the plot gender graph router here, right? So I'm just copying that from here to here. Okay, so that's ready. So data should be available here right now. So I want to put it like this. response console console.log. As we can use the log if it is imported or not properly. We need to handle that response. I'm going to print out the response here. If error, we'll show the error in console.log error. So that's ready, but we need to add the data properly, right? So we need to use data here. Data, so chart data and chart data and options, right? Yeah, chart data and options here. Okay, and one more thing, loaded or not, because that also needed, because once page is rendered, after that only you will get the response from server side. So after that only we need to load the chart, so that also using here. So I'm this is asynchronously calling, so we need to use async await here also. Async await. Okay, first we need to call this. Before that we need to set article chart data equal to null, initial value null, and option equal to null, and loaded equal to false. I think some syntax is I put wrong syntax or something maybe. So we initiated required variables here, so we need to initiate loaded. If initially it's not loaded, right? So we are using loaded equal to false here. Once it is loaded, we need to use this dot loaded, correct? This dot loaded equal to true. Okay, that is ready. First we need to test this API. After that we can go to create the HTML DOM here. So npm run dev, it's initiating the app here. You can wait for a few seconds. Okay, now it's ready, so we can run it in browser. Now it's loaded. Actually previous data is loaded here. So we need to inspect this here, so we can go to console if it is loaded or not loaded properly. Okay, so data is loaded here properly, data males and females, so that's ready. API is ready. So next we need to render required this. We can use the column be called here. Okay, this is 9 columns, so we can use called 3 column here for this, and we need to call the gender chart here, gender chart. Okay, gender chart I called it here. If only we need to show this when it is fully loaded, then we need to use chart data here, data chart data. Okay, and options. Okay, options. Okay, that's ready right now, but we need to add these configurations here. Chart data is not chart data, we need to put the data here. Okay, chart data. In chart data we are using labels. We are configuring that properly. So I already used labels equal to male and female. Okay, female, that's ready. Okay, dataset here. So in dataset we can use a label for that dataset. Then we need to provide a background color and border, then border width I already configured, that's why I just used it. So we need to use both males and females, right? So response dot data dot males, then response dot data dot females. Okay, females. Then now its data is ready, but one more thing we need to do, we need to use options. So that also we need, that variable we need to update. So I'm using this dot options. I already configured that, so I'm just copying from that. I'll explain that how. Yeah, now it's ready. Configuration is ready. Scales means y-axis begin with 0, otherwise it will be begin both axes, you can see. So I'm using from 0, so begin at 0. Maintain aspect ratio is false, so that's why it can be in any size based on the HTML DOM. So and display title I already created some other title, so I'm using gender stats right now. Okay, that's also ready. So now, yeah, I already called everything, so I think it's ready now. So we can go to browser. So something happened, failed to mount template or render function is not defined. Template or render function is not defined. Okay, something happened, so we need to go back and figure it out what is going on. Okay, here gender data, options, everything is correct only. Options correct only. We can go to options here, gender chart, everything is correct only. Let's see what's happening here once more again. Need to read out this entire page, then we know what's going on. Okay, component app something, gender chart, component gender chart view, a page index view layout default. Failed to mount component. Template or render function is not defined. Template render function is not defined. Okay. This is need to be put in script actually. You forgot that. Okay, that's why it's happened. Okay, just copy paste it. Okay. Yeah, now it's remounted. Wow, super. Now it's mounted completely. You can see the mails count, number of mails available in user list, and number of emails. Okay, this is the basic idea of floating Chart.js in Vue. You can refer more about Chart.js in vue-chartjs.org. Okay, in next video I will explain about how to configure socket IO with Vue.js. Anyway, thank you.